Karina Adores and HarlequinAudio present To Sketch a Scandal by Jess Everlee, performed by Joel Leslie. In memory of N. You aren't lucky, but you are remembered. The emotional well-being of my readers is important to me. If you would like to see specific content warnings before you dive in, please visit www.jesseverlee.com/CW. Chapter 1. Warren. When it came to such concepts as following rules, Warren Bakshi was a hit-or-miss sort of chap. Take market day, for instance, which was Warren's responsibility in his family of two. Rule 1. Stick fast to the household budget. Hit. Rule 2. Stick fast to the household budget without shamelessly flirting up the stall-keepers. Utter miss. "Thank you so much, Mr. Singh," he sighed as he loaded his basket. This cheerful, round-cheeked stall owner was about the same height as him, but Warren angled himself so he was looking up, appreciative, loyal, willing even, should it come to that. It wouldn't with Mr. Singh. Warren knew his audience, but the bloke was receptive in his own quiet way. He blushed and waved a hand like the low price Warren had negotiated was more than standard, perfectly normal. Nothing he wouldn't give to any fellow with an old mum to care for back home, smouldering eyes and smile aside. It was best to leave this sort of exchange quickly, with deals in hand. This was the market, after all, not the Molly bar, where he worked in the evenings when his domestic duties were exhausted. There he could smoulder and seduce, and then carry on for as long as it was fun for all parties, through a drink and a chat, and maybe all the way into one of the back rooms, if they felt like it. It was risky, though, to push chaps like this, ones who might not even understand why they liked Warren so much, too far, too often. Rules of the game. But today, Warren had one more rule to break before he went home, and he'd do it most affordably with a little help. He leaned over the stall, like he did over his bar, avoiding the baskets of vegetables as best he could, and looking up like the two of them were conspirators. Everyone liked to feel like they were in on something naughty, though the ability to feel that way himself had dulled after years of debauched living. He sure knew how to whip it up in others. "Say, do you happen to know the best place to buy?" Warren rolled his eyes demonstrably. "A cheap sort of a sari. It's for someone who won't, He jerked his head to a couple of white women at the other end of Mr. Singh's stall, who were eyeing an obviously overpriced, pre-mixed curry powder, instead of simply asking him about his well-sourced collection of proper spices. "Someone who won't know the difference, and I don't want to spend too much." Not precisely an earth-shattering concern, but it didn't matter what the subject was when Warren pulled out all the stops like that. Mr. Singh swelled with the happiness of helpfulness, laughing and pointing past stalls overflowing with baskets of early autumn produce, barrels of oysters and fat towers of dusty flour sacks, to a stall that fluttered ostentatiously with bright fabrics and cheap incense holders. Though it was run by a family on Warren and Mr. Singh's side of the neighborhood, it was getting more traction from fashion-hungry wives, like the ones with the curry powder, than savvy shoppers like Warren. "Thanks, mate." At the bar, he'd called the bloke Love, but from the blush his words elicited, he might as well have. He added a friendly wink, setting himself up for another good price next week. "You really are the best." If Mr. Singh suspected that Warren had implicitly lied about whom the sari was for, he did not show it. But was it really much of a lie in the end? As he went to the car to secure a piece of the mass-produced, oriental garbage that English socialites were positively manic for these days, he wasn't convinced, and didn't trouble himself over it. After all, when he showed up draped in the sari himself for the upcoming drag party at the Curious Fox, most of his friends were no different from
Sample complete. Ready to continue?